Pakistani soldiers would arrive at this jute mill camp, would round up the workers and ask for the presence of the local women inside this jute mill. The jute mill workers would round up Ferdousi Priyobhashini and would make her meet these Pakistani soldiers who would later rape and abuse her to hell and beyond. The Pakistanis had also tried to murder her inside the staff quarters of the Khulna jute mill, but she had luckily escaped from there. Today I'm going to talk to you about the harrowing story of Ferdousi Priyobhashini, a survivor of the Pakistani military rape camps during the Bangladesh Liberation War of 1971. Miss Ferdousi Priyobhashini was born on the 14th of February 1947 in the city of Khulna. She did her schooling from Khulna Girls' School and later joined the Khulna Aga School as a school teacher in 1963. She was married and had 3 kids, but unfortunately by the year 1971, she was also divorced. She was left alone with her 3 kids, and on the 25th of March 1971, the Pakistani military had launched Operation Searchlight. This operation included the ethnic cleansing of the minority community in Bangladesh, alongside killing Bengali armed personnel servicemen, with the main aim of crushing the rightful independence movement in Bangladesh against the Pakistani military government. With the commencement of this operation, eventually the Pakistani forces entered the city of Khulna and started their massive campaign of atrocities, destruction and death, which resulted in the eviction, the forced disappearance and the deaths of thousands of Bengalis in Khulna city. Ferdousi Priyobhashini with her 3 kids had tried to escape from the city of Khulna but was unfortunately not lucky. On the 8th of April 1971, she had witnessed the first murder of 14 people in front of her eyes from a local building. She and a few families had tried to escape Khulna city and had taken refuge in a chicken farm, but unfortunately they had to come back because their route to escape was just not clear. Coming back to Khulna, she had taken a job in a jute mill to feed her children. She was in utter poverty by that time. Unfortunately, the Pakistani military, with their occupation, was harassing, murdering and tormenting the local Bengali people. The jute mill was also not spared and workers here were harassed. Ferdousi Priyobhashini, being a Bengali woman, was targeted by the Pakistanis, and the jute mill workers would round her up and make her meet the Pakistani soldiers and officers in that area, after which she was abducted and taken away to be raped and molested. She had this harrowing, gruesome experience for days, after which on the 28th of October, she was taken to a rape camp that was established by the Pakistani military. She was abused for days on a stretch, and luckily she was also freed from this camp. She came back to the jute mill quarters, and at the end of the war, the Pakistani military had decided to execute the workers and the staff of this jute mill. She was also targeted, and the Pakistani forces had entered the jute mill and had started shooting down everybody inside the jute mill. But she had narrowly escaped with her kids and was lucky to be saved and be alive. This was her harrowing story of the war, and after the war had ended on the 16th of December 1971, she was fortunately remarried and she started being employed again from the year 1977, ranging from working as a telephone operator to working in the UNICEF for women's rights and up to working at the Canadian Embassy. She had made her own legacy in Bangladesh. Later on, she became a prominent sculpture depicting her torment of the war through her artworks, which later went for exhibitions all over Bangladesh. In 2010, she was given the Independence Day Award by the Bangladeshi government for her harrowing experience in the war, alongside uplifting the women's rights in that country. She is known as one of the renowned artists and sculptors in Bangladesh. She is one of the few survivors who had gone through this experience and had lived to tell the tale. But there had been hundreds of thousands of Bengali women like her who were subjected to such massive torment and trauma by the Pakistani military, raped day after day, molested day after day, and were never released and were often executed and left to bear the children of these Pakistani soldiers after being raped. The history of the fate of such women is now unfortunately in complete oblivion. The Pakistani military had escaped their judgment of their atrocities and have returned home after the war as free men. Nothing has ever been done regarding this.